Minister Imran Khan appeared before the Islamabad High Court amidst a sea of security. He has been in ST custody since last evening. Imran Khan, in fact, told the court he fears for his life and he was tortured while in custody. The Pakistani government have rejected all the charges. Clashes also erupted between PTI workers and the police while Imran Khan was being taken to the Islamabad High Court. Over 50 PTI workers were in fact arrested by the Pak police. Remember, the police in Pakistan have also imposed a ban on gatherings of more than 4 people at any given time. Now, the Corps commander, Lieutenant General Salman Fayaz of Pakistan, was actually seen pleading in a video with protesters before his residence was subjected to arson. In one of the most dramatic protests after Khan's arrest, Corps commander's house was attacked, ransacked and set on fire. That video has now come to light as well. Here is what has happened as far as Imran Khan's arrest saga is concerned. Today, he's got protection from arrest till May 17, but this protection applies only in the Islamabad jurisdiction. Khan has also been given relief from arrest in cases filed post May 9 till May 17. Khan was earlier given 2 weeks bail in the Al-Qadir case in which he was originally arrested. Meanwhile, PTI, his party, has given a call for a nationwide protest all over again because they fear he could be arrested again. What happens to that protest remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Pak Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that what Imran Khan has done or what his supporters have done, our enemy could not do for 75 years. He's reiterated that statement. One wonders what enemy here means, but I think it is not much to be left to be imagined. He has also been advised, he has said, to impose emergency in Pakistan, but that decision is yet to be taken. So the big question is, what next for Imran Khan and Pakistan? We'll take that to our guests in just a bit.
इधर क्या कानून? मैं हाई कोर्ट पे बैठा हूँ। मेरे पास कोई उनके पास जवाब नहीं था मुझे पकड़ने का। मुझे एब्डक्ट किया गया और जाके वहाँ फिर पहली दफा मुझे वारंट दिखाई जाता है जब मुझे जेल में ले जाते हैं।
कोई साजिश नहीं हुई। पाकिस्तान के हालात श्रीलंका जैसे होने जा रहे हैं। यानी वो दिल में बद्दुआएं कर रहा था कि पाकिस्तान खुदा ना करे वो एक्चुअली डिफॉल्ट कर जाए।
Before we go to our guests, let me take you through some of the couple of updates we're getting from Pakistan. Now, according to Pakistan media, what we're getting to know is NAB DG Nazir Bhatt, who conducted the dramatic arrest, or under whose aegis, of course, and leadership, the arrest of Imran Khan took place inside court premises on Tuesday, has been sacked. Pakistan has appointed Director FIA Faqar Ahmad Chauhan as the new DG NAB. So this is, of course, one of the first big ramifications coming to light. What is the signal that is being given? Was the arrest uncalled for, or was the arrest mishandled? That's the big question that emerges after the DG NAB has been sacked. More updates coming in, and this is further relief for Imran Khan now. As I mentioned earlier, he's been given protective relief till May 17 on a few cases, but he's facing a large number of cases. So what we're coming to know now is that the Islamabad High Court has actually ordered no arrest of Imran Khan in any case until Monday morning. He has been granted a bail of sorts or protective bail in all cases finally. This is what his lawyers have also been arguing for. They've been wanting all the cases against him to be clubbed and for him to be given details of what are these cases that have been filed against us. One of his lawyers earlier told us that he has nearly 150 cases against him, certainly 120 and more. So now at least till Monday, Imran Khan cannot be arrested. He's expected to move to his house now and is also expected to address his followers. Let's go across to our guest joining us. Kamar Chima is strategic and political analyst from Pakistan. Munir Muhammad is a journalist. Kamar Chima, How do you see this relief coming in? Till Monday in all cases, till May 17th, in cases filed post May 9, but in the jurisdiction of Islamabad alone. This is possibly as much as Imran Khan could have hoped for as far as legal relief is concerned.
I think this is more than what Imran Khan was expecting from the courts, particularly the way the Supreme Court of Pakistan set an example yesterday by asking the NAB that produced Imran Khan in front of them. So they brought him from the custody. They produced him. They kept him for a night in their own custody. Meanwhile, they kept him for a guest for a night at the police guest house. And today they asked the Imran Khan to go to the Islamabad High Court, and he got the relief which no Pakistani politician has ever got in the history. Because if you just look at the other politicians, the way they have been sent to the jails, so it means the larger impression in the country which is emerging, and the way the government is looking and the way the military establishment is looking at the things is that right now the courts believe that if they will give bail to them, to the Imran Khan, they will be popular among public, because right now Imran Khan is popular leader. He's being considered on the right path, whereas the judiciary, which has a very checkered history, and they believe that if we stand with the government, do not grant bail, there is a possibility of unrest again.
Okay,
so,
but this is the same court. Kamar, this is the same court that 2 days ago also deemed his dramatic arrest legal, when everyone could see that that arrest was not proper. This is that same Islamabad High Court. So has it taken cue from the Supreme Court now?
Yes, that's the situation where the High Court, which what they done today is that they constituted a different bench first. So with the new judges who came up to listen to the cases, then they even asked, they listened to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court gave a cue, as you have mentioned rightly, and now he's got the bail, and now even they have asked the government to provide foolproof security to Prime Minister Imran Khan, and he has basically threatened in the other way that if I will be in the jail, there will be unrest outside. So if you want, there should not be unrest in the country. You should make me a free man, because I am the one who can control the people. So it seems that the judiciary, which is giving a lot of relief to Imran Khan, they believe that is a populist decision. But there are many. Yes.
Okay. I just want to reiterate for our viewers, in the Al-Qadir case, he's been granted 2 weeks bail. In cases filed post May 9, he's been granted relief till May 17, so that's about 5 days. And in all cases against Imran Khan, he's at least been granted protection from arrest till Monday morning. What happens after that, we'll have to wait and see. G. Parthasarathy is also joining us, but let me quickly go across to Munir Muhammad as well. Munir, what are you learning, or what Imran Khan's next steps could be?
Well, Imran Khan's next step is definitely going to be more fierce, something which is going to be more powerful against the PDM government. Of course, we've seen him highlighting a few names from the military establishment as well. And he is expected to address the mass public in Islamabad today after he gets out of the Islamabad High Court, of course, in which he has been granted relief. So we are expecting a very strong message coming out from Imran Khan to his political opponents. And as we are speaking, there's a cabinet meeting ongoing, and in which they are considering of, calling for an emergency
yes.
in Pakistan. So, of course, we see the courts are right now sided with the public and Imran Khan. That wouldn't be wrong, as my fellow.
But is it so? Is it so? Why are both of you saying the courts are siding with him? Can it also not be said, just to play devil's advocate, that his safety and security was also a major concern, and the courts wanted to ensure that at least the man is safe?
Yes. So the Supreme Court basically legalized a decision. They said they put forward a legal order. Islamabad High Court's order was illegal. You cannot arrest a man when he is in court, and especially, when he's presented himself in court. So the Supreme Court of Pakistan, gave an order which was according to the law and constitution. Now, coming back to the Islamabad High Court, of course, it had to take the cue from the Supreme Court. And now this does give an impression that if the order was illegal, so who was, ordering those decisions of Imran Khan's arrest?
And on that, let me just bring in G. Parthasarthi very quickly before I come back to our Pakistani guest. G. Parthasarthi, what we've learned is that the DG NAB has been sacked, a new DG has been assigned. Do you believe that this is an acceptance that the way everything transpired was mishandled? Or do you believe that they feel that the arrest in itself was not required?
No. I think really, it's a question of things being messed up. And let us also be very clear that, yes, Imran Khan enjoys wide popularity. But believe me, the real thing is that he hates the present army chief. This was an army chief who was removed from the job of DG ISI and sent to a lesser post by no less than Imran Khan. And it was really General Bajwa's protege. And General Bajwa and Imran Khan, there's no love lost. And like there is no love lost for Imran Khan within other parties. So I think it's really going to now be the military pitted against the Supreme Court. And I think what is talked about in emergency will make things matter easier for the government to deal with Imran Khan in an emergency situation, particularly when you have an army chief who has no love for Imran Khan.
So do you believe they will go for an emergency imposition?
I don't know what is the way they will follow, what is the constitutional procedure they will follow. But certainly it will involve moving against Imran Khan. The man has about 20-odd charges against him, mostly done by his wife of improper use of her powers, of Imran's powers as the president, so as the prime minister. So I think we'll have to wait what emerges. If it emerges that they want an emergency, clamp it, then the Supreme Court's out of the way. They can go about doing what they want. But whether that will add to to the popularity of the present government, I don't know. The other problem is that Imran also has earned the wrath of the Americans. They dislike him intensely.
Right.
And unlike in other countries, the Americans, Uncle Sam does play a role
in Pakistan
within their establishment.
Yes.
And we'll have to look at, there is also an external factor of the dislike of the Americans for Imran Khan. So as far as we are concerned, as Indians, we just keep out of this. It's a mess the Pakistanis have created from themselves. It is for them to resolve.
Yeah. And what could be the resolution?
We'll keep and watch.
Yeah.
It is a stable Pakistan, which is democratic, is in our interests. Period.
Okay. G. Parthasarthi, I'll come back to you. I believe Hafizullah Niazi, who's a columnist and also a cousin of Imran Khan, is joining us. Mr. Niazi, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I do hear you.
Yes. Could you tell us what's the latest with Imran Khan? Have any of your family members been able to speak to him? Because the relief has come to him virtually in all cases, even if a short-term relief for him. And he wanted to go to his home, which he seems likely he will be able to this evening.
I think that you have got the wrong optics. Although I am his cousin, and but I am on the other side of the fence.
Okay.
I don't support his politics. I vehemently oppose him in every aspect.
Understood.
So
I want to understand from you. Imran Khan seems to be receiving a lot of support from the judiciary in Pakistan. And
correct.
You can, I know what the opposition says to PTI, that, obviously there is a case against the Chief Justice of Pakistan having relationship with the PTI and all of that. I leave that aside, but this is the Islamabad High Court today granting him relief, the same court that also deemed his arrest, which looked illegal to all of us prima facie, as legal 2 days ago. So I want to understand from you, what do you think the message the judiciary is sending? they seem to be playing some sort of a balancing act where they're not really, they just don't want him to be thrown to the wolves, I think.
It's a really quite complex and tricky situation. I think that no one in Pakistan, even from the legal fraternity, could ascertain what's really up to the judiciary mind. There are few things. The judiciary was always played in Pakistan to the Tudor establishment. Unfortunately, whatever happened, I naturally know, although I am ashamed to admit that the last few months of General Bajwa, he was very desperate to get extension. I think as he was denied that extension, and he was denied that extension from the present regime, so judiciary, whatever the establishment influence had on judiciary, it somehow, end of the day, it was more or less person specific. So naturally, the person at the helm of affairs at that point in time, when Bajwa was about to say goodbye to his position in the army, so there was a whole lot. I think the judiciary was unhooked, and since then it's unleashed.
Okay. I want to bring in, once again, Mr. Niazi, just hold on. I want to bring in Kamar Chima once again. Kamar Chima, now this is how I'm looking at it. You tell me if you think this is your assessment too. The way Imran Khan was arrested was you know, prima facie, as I said, looked wrong to everybody. Procedurally, you cannot justify it, even though the Islamabad High Court did so. So Supreme Court set in. They put him also in their protective custody because I think his safety became very important. One is sent a message to his supporters that, okay, he is being taken care of, his personal security and safety is not in danger, so things can quiet down. Meanwhile, the legal cases can go back to Islamabad High Court. Today, he's got relief in, temporary relief in virtually all of those cases, but those cases will eventually go on. So, do you believe the judiciary is playing a balancing act where they want to calm tempers too? They also want to send a message that do things appropriately and correctly, and ensure his safety as well without being seen as obstructionist to the cases against Imran Khan?
Well, there are a few things to look at. First of all, it seems that the government is desperate to arrest Imran Khan, and I think the judiciary understands this, one thing. The second, so far the judiciary also understands that the majority of the cases Imran Khan are politically motivated. Although some of the cases are genuine, but remember, but if you are in government normally, or if you are on the right side of the military establishment, such cases you don't have to face normally. So the last time Nawaz Sharif had to face such kind of cases, he was in even government, but he was on the left side of the military. But right now we are seeing that Imran Khan, who is facing some of the cases are genuine, but being on the left of the military, the courts are giving him relief. So the courts also believe the government's desperation some of the cases are motivated. Secondly, I think the courts have realized that the larger law and order situation can deteriorate if Imran Khan does not get the bail, or if Imran Khan doesn't go home safely. There is a problem that the crisis can emerge further, because since last 4 days we are not having broadband and internet services, and the schools are closed, the normal business of the state is not going on. So I think that so this entire situation, in fact, they have put the judiciary in a position where they had to take a decision. At the same time, I think the military establishment's pressurizing of the courts for decades is one of also reason that somehow this time the courts believe that we need to stand up. But the top court, the top chief justice of the country, who is about to retire in few months, he also believed that there are a few months to are left. So if I will take any decision that is for in the favor of the Imran Khan, that will also make me popular, and I will be on maybe.
G. Parthasarathy, is that what you think is happening? That finally an establishment is seeing some opposition that has never seen so in Pakistan, and will this be a lasting opposition by the judiciary and the mass movement?
Well, there are, as it was pointed out, the present Chief Justice has a limited time. There are also reports we have of a deal with Imran Khan that if he is there, the present Chief Justice will run for president. So, you know, in this sort of murky situation, for an outsider, it is very difficult to comment. But what I'm pointing out is it's a very murky situation. Everybody has his own axe to grind. As we say in Hindi, sabhi, you know, doodh ke dhule hue nahi. So I think we should let it go on its own. But I for one, personally feel that Imran Khan may have his admirers, but you know, in politics, things are never everlasting or long-lasting.
Yeah.
He will do well in an election in Pakistan. There is no doubt about that. So I think there are many who would like to see him disqualified from elections, not to harass him or anything, because he does carry a measure of political popularity, which you can't deny to him.
Right.
So they put themselves in a mess. I mean, really, as my Pakistani friends were saying earlier on, General Bajwa was calling the shots, which meant the United States was calling the shots. Right now, I don't know who is the external power, who will be involved, but it certainly won't be India.
Well, India obviously can only play a watching role right now. We wouldn't want to get our hands dipped in this.
Why should he? They have their problems. Let them sort it out.
Absolutely. No, of course, India has no role to play in this. They'll just watch this play out.
One last point. I've known Imran Khan since 1982, when he was captaining the Pakistan cricket team and Sunil Gavaskar's team was there. Great swing bowling, but the reverse swing used to approach, come up after lunch and tea breaks. And the fact of the matter is he was an astonishing cricketer.
Yes.
But I think a bit of arrogance has seeped into him.
Is there any reverse swing left for him as far as the this political drama is concerned? We'll have to wait and see. But Munib, you know, the Prime Minister has also been very categorical. In fact, the PMLN has been very categorical in painting him as a villain as well. You know, they've painted him as a villain who's responsible for the worst rioting in Pakistan. And they keep saying even our enemies couldn't do in 75 years what PTI supporters have managed to do. But is that helping on the ground? Is there a realization that PTI workers, the way they ran rampage was wrong? Is there any anger against that?
So it's the poor government, you know, every action they are taking against Imran Khan, you know, it's hitting them back with a larger amount of force. Arresting Imran Khan, you know, filing fake cases, political cases against him. As Kamar said, some of those cases are also genuine. But Imran Khan has managed to create such a narrative that anything going against Imran Khan, it's like it's going against Pakistan, or it's, you know, it's like something like so big. So the government, you know, every action that the government is taking against Imran Khan, you know, it's going in Imran Khan's favor, and it is, you know, increasing his popularity level. When Imran Khan was in power, when he was Prime Minister, his popularity level was at about under 10%. And right now, Imran Khan is enjoying a popularity level that is almost above 70% in the country. So, of course, you know, this is all done by the government. Imran Khan had no play in it. If you hadn't removed Imran Khan from power, maybe this is the same public which might have dragged Imran Khan on the streets, you know, and thrown him out of the country. But you managed somehow to put Imran Khan on the king's chair.
Okay, so you're suggesting it's been a series of miscalculations just in the personal battles, a series of miscalculations that have actually built the legend of Imran Khan. I have some breaking updates coming in. Just hold your thoughts, gentlemen. This is regarding the cabinet meeting that is being held. So what the Pakistani media is reporting is that the federal cabinet meeting chaired by the Prime Minister is on, and they are considering the option of imposing emergency in Pakistan. What does that mean, and you know, will that actually happen remains to be seen, or will that make the present government even more unpopular if they were to do so? I think these are calculations that they'll have to make. Let me go across to Hafizullah Niazi, who's joining us. Do you believe this is the right thing to do? Is an emergency needed in Pakistan?
There are so many technical impediment hitches in between. Emergency, although article possibly I'm not a constitutionalist, but Article 232 I think is the one which allows you to invoke emergency. But there are so many conditions. Number one, it is supposed to be enforced by or implemented by the President of Pakistan, who is a die-hard PTI supporter. The last time President Alvi was with Imran Khan for 2.5 hours at police rest house. The other way is that one of the province, they just request in the assembly of the province, I think they resolve and they pass a resolution and then request the federal government to impose an emergency. In all cases, federal government cabinet is to put forward the proposal first. But naturally, in this case, president is the one who is going to enforce or promulgate emergency. So there are so many ifs and buts.
Right.
But the problem is right now, it's just beyond a normal situation. Whatever the judiciary is doing, it's not the justice. It's justice plus. And naturally, there are inside the judiciary there are many fault lines. And people have seen this thing that they were out and so many time and again they washed their dirty linen inside general public and I mean on media, and everything was really was taken as a breaking news.
Okay.
So when the Supreme Court, especially the senior most judges, if there is a split and drastic split, and there is a judges conduct allegation or whatever, so those are there. Even some judges' cases are with the Supreme Judicial Council. So possibly there is a trust deficit. Now the point is that it's the matter that whatever goes in Imran's favor, so his supporters are jubilant and upbeat, and whereas once it goes into government favors, government party's favor, so they are also naturally they become very.
Yeah, I think one thing that is a given is that Imran Khan, when he speaks to his supporters and followers, we are expecting that to happen this evening. He will have to ensure that he sends out that message unequivocally that there cannot be violence in his name. He's given that statement to the courts as well. He has said this from court premises. Earlier, we heard he said, I didn't know that 40 people had lost their lives. He has to ensure that tempers are calm.
Lady, are you asking me?
No, I'm just saying that he will have to do so. He will have to come across as the person who is not fueling violence.
Imran Khan's credibility is only among his blind followers. Otherwise, he is full of contradictions. He really, unfortunately, used to be good friends, and for a big span of time, we are of the same age. We spend a huge time. Naturally, I don't go into that. But Imran, unfortunately, he is either misconstruing or distorting or blatantly lying whenever he's talking. It's very unfortunate.
Okay, you said blind followers. Really so that's why I would say it will be even more important that he sends that message, because clearly he has followers who will follow his...
Let me add one sentence.
Okay.
That is because, you see, three times, but maybe one more time, last 1 year, he tries to generate a pressure on the government and the establishment. 25th of May, 2022, he was supposed to bring 3 million people on road inside Islamabad. And then he said that, okay, I'll come, I'll get the election done. I'll be very happy if even that crowd was even more than 6,000 or 7,000. And it was very, you could see the footage. Then on 26th of November.
No, Mr. Niazi, my central point is that because he's getting that relief from the courts, he will have to stand up to the violence that his own supporters are guilty of. I have limited time. Let me go around the panel and give 30 seconds each to all of our guests on what they see next for Imran Khan and Pakistan. Kamar Chima, why don't you go first? What happens from here on for the individual and for the country? Kamar Chima, unfortunately, I'm not getting your audio. Are you on mute? No, I think there's some audio issue with him. Just hold on with me. G. Parthasarthi, why don't you go very quickly?
I think the fact of the matter is, if the politicians keep messing it up like this, you will end up with martial law. In which case, Asim Munir is no great admirer of Imran Khan. So God bless and God save Imran Khan if that happens. So if, as I said, if the politicians are insistent on taking the country into a mess, a country where a coup d'etat is not something unexpected.
Yeah.
And you have a general who's the army chief who's not a particular lover of Imran Khan.
Well, not just coups, but even assassinations are not out of the ordinary. Munir Muhammad, what about you? What do you see as the future for Imran Khan and for the country?
Well, definitely no martial law in the country. I see disqualifications coming from the Supreme Court because we have a date of elections on 14th of May, which the PDM government has, rejected. So maybe next week I'm going to see a lot of disqualifications by the Supreme Court. And of course, in the near future, we have no option apart from Imran Khan. And if there are elections, Imran Khan is going to win with a majority.
All right. Mr. Niazi, do you want to add to this as well?
Yes, please, I do. I think that what I see is a very little, limited style of emergency, like the General Musharraf brought in on 3rd of November 2007, possibly. And then they will sort out everything. Because if that is the case, so the establishment army is not going to succumb to Imran's pressure and get themselves diluted. It's no way. Establishment would make sure, if at all that stage is going to be set, so they would like to see first Imran perishes, and if they had to, and there's no other way, unfortunately. So that is going to be the case. But mark my words that Imran Khan has no future in Pakistani politics because of the 1 year's conduct and the kind of rowdyism they introduced.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that, Mr. Niazi and all the other guests. I thank you all for joining us. Moving on to the other big story that we're tracking, we'll of course keep getting you updates from Pakistan too. But the Supreme Court has issued a notice over plea filed by makers of the film Kerala Story to lift the ban on the film in West Bengal. A notice has also been sent to Tamil Nadu, where there's an unspoken ban. HC has said that they won't grant stay without hearing the side of the respondents, but they have sent notices to the governments. West Bengal government had imposed a ban on the film that was released on May 5. While banning the film, the West Bengal government had said that the screening of the film is, quote, likely to cause breach of peace. They've quoted some law and order issues. The Supreme Court, though, came down heavily in at least today's hearing on the Bengal government's decision to begin with. So the CJI, who was part of the bench, said, and I quote, the film is running in different parts of the country. And Bengal is no different from any other part of the country. The court then asked, why should Bengal ban a movie in the state, and added that if public doesn't find it worth seeing, then they won't see the film. This is the argument, of course, that several people have been making against bans to begin with as far as states are concerned. So we'll discuss this further with the makers of the movie. Vipul Shah and Sudipto Sen are joining us live and exclusive. First up, let me go across to Vipul Shah, who's the producer of the movie, The Kerala Story. Vipul, thanks a lot for joining us once again. I spoke to you before this hearing, and when you had filed your challenge to the West Bengal ban, you were seeming very confident. The questions raised on the ban today must be giving you more confidence today.
Thank you very much for having us on the show. Yes, we believe and we have full trust in the judiciary, and we believe that the justice will be done. The only feeling, I mean, we understand the pressure on the judiciary. There are so many cases and all, but films are, perishable items. They have a limited run in theaters, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at best. So the amount of money that we are losing every single day is huge, and we don't know how we are going to recover our losses. We will be losing close to maybe 7-8 crores or 10 crores by the time Wednesday the hearing comes. So we are also suffering in spite of the fact that the law is going to probably uphold our, side of the story. And we are very, very hopeful that we are going to get a very positive judgment. I just hope that the justice, by the time it comes, it's not too late for the film to, kind of do business. But in any case, for all these days that we have not been able to do the business, we have actually lost all this money. I mean, it will be huge. And the number of people who are dying to see the film will finally start seeing it on pirated copy. We all know piracy leads to, money going into the hands of terrorists. So the film which is against the terrorists, the business of that film will go to help some terror groups. So it's a very, very difficult situation from that point of view. But as far as the film is concerned, we are very hopeful that on Wednesday, we will get a landmark judgment.
All right. I remember asking you this last time when we spoke, Vipul, as well, that there is actually a precedent in West Bengal. A movie was banned, and not only was that ban revoked, but the government was actually asked to pay compensation. Now, you're talking about the business that you're losing, and I know 1 week is a long time in the life of a movie in a theatre, as you mentioned. But there is a possibility you could ask for damages.
Well, we don't know about that, and I don't know whether we will be allowed to make that argument or no. We are nobody to make comments on that. The experts will, they will decide, and the courts will allow or not allow. But whatever it is, I mean, unless and until we are actually compensated, we will be in the big loss in spite of being on the right side of the law.
Right. So that is a situation maybe the courts will look into. That is, of course, subject to their final judgment on this. But I do want to press you, Vipul. The arguments that the West Bengal government has made, and they've given some instances of intel reports where they've believed that the screening of this movie was causing a law and order issue or communal issues. That's what their argument is. It may not have happened on a large scale, but they believe it could have happened.
I'll just tell you one thing for this. The film is running in Kerala. And today, the number of screens have gone up to 40 screens in Kerala. And not just in Kerala, it is running in, except these two states, it's running everywhere across the country. And there is not a single episode of violence or any kind of misconduct across the country. So why is suddenly this fear only in Bengal? I don't buy this argument, because if Kerala can run this film successfully, and I must give a lot of credit to the government there for letting it run without any problem and giving enough, reasons for people to believe that going to see this film is safe. And that is why people are going to the theaters in big number. And across the country, why will only Bengal have incidences of violence? Unless they are pre-planned. Otherwise, there is no reason for it. And in Bengal, the film was running for 4 days before it was, stopped abruptly. In those 4 days, Bengal did not have a single episode of violence.
True.
Not one. So from where does such intelligent report comes in, how it all plays out? We all understand how it is done, right? But fine. I mean, we, as law-abiding citizens, our recourse is to go to the courts. We have gone to the courts. But now, because of this new date of Wednesday, we are suffering and bleeding financially.
Okay.
And we don't know how to recover those losses.
Yeah. Sudipto Sen, director of the film, is also joining us. Mr. Sen, thanks a lot for your time. Vipul Shah is already connected with us. He raised an important point, and I mentioned this at the start of this segment. The court also asked, this film is being screened all over the country. So what's so special about West Bengal? Why should West Bengal ban this film? So what do you think is the reason here? It's working fine everywhere else.
Exactly, that is the point we are saying from the day one when we come to know that West Bengal government has put a ban. Number one, the word ban is completely illegal. No state government has the authority to ban any film which has been certified by CBFC, which is a constitutional body. So once CBFC certify one film, it is free to run everywhere. State government has to look after the law and order issue. Now, the law and order issue here is so redundant, so laughable that the day it has been banned, there was a video which is running everywhere. That government, the show was running houseful. It is shot in a theater in Salt Lake. The show was houseful. Suddenly, few goons, along with couple of policemen, purged into the auditorium and forcefully taken the audience out of the auditorium. Now, I am not exaggerating a single word because this video is viral in social media. So, not only they took out the audience who wanted to see the film forcefully, even for that same night, I come to know, and it is again in social media, there are videos available, though I did not verify the sources of the video, that people who went to watch the film, police is hounding them up to their house and taking them out. So
to do what?
I'm extremely sorry to see how below the state of my state could go down. Now,
no, you're once again, Sudeepto Sen, you are saying you've seen some videos that suggest the police is harassing people who've already seen the movie in their houses.
Exactly.
But to what end?
Those are videos, it's not with me, but it is all over the social media.
But they're harassing them. Why? If they've already seen the movie and gone home, then what is there to talk to them about?
No. I'm saying that people who have seen the film, police is going to their house and bringing them out of the house. That is the video available in the market.
What did you make out of the video? Why would they do that? To harass them?
No, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. It is, as people had said, that it is agenda driven, because law and order issue is just not applicable, because from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kutch to Kohima, the film is running successfully with people are going there wholehearted. People are clapping, the women coming out, men coming out with tears. The emotion is overflowing. And at that time, the last thing we could think that any state can complain of a law and order issue to stop the screening of the film. This is hilarious. This is not acceptable. And I think Supreme Court has partially given us the moral victory in the way that our right to show the film and the people of West Bengal has right to see the film. Now, Vipul sir has nicely explained that the financial issues and the other issues, because ma'am, you will not believe the film is in a piracy market. The film is running so badly that people will watch. In 4 days, we will lose so much of revenue for the film. That is what is our worry.
That's what I was telling Vipul as well, Sudeepto, that there is a precedent in West Bengal when you can claim damages and your movie is doing successfully in the rest of the country. So you can possibly do that. Maybe you can speak to your lawyers about that. But Vipul, I want to talk to you about this hypocrisy. I mean, the fact that this is happening in a state like West Bengal is one story. But the fact that the same people who stand up, you've been part of the industry for a long time. The fact that people who outrage over bans, over books and movies, several of them are keeping quiet today because this is the Kerala story and depicts a certain reality that is of a certain kind. Is that not unbelievable even for you?
See, I'll tell you very honestly that my industry is my family. And I believe that they all have the freedom to choose the topic on which they want to express their views or not express their views. I don't think that they are not standing with me in solidarity. They all are standing. They may be choosing not to speak on this because of certain issues that they will have to face. And we have to understand that and respect that. And I think that freedom should be available to everybody, that if you choose not to speak on a particular subject doesn't make you a villain. And I stand with my industry completely, and I have no complaints against my industry for not voicing, because I know when you voice something, when you are a big star or a big personality, there are lots of troubles that you have to face later on. So I completely understand that. And trust me, my industry is very, very nice. And my people are, the people in this industry are morally 100% standing with me.
So,
they may not be able to take a public position, but that's something that I'm perfectly okay with.
okay, but you've received personal support, you're suggesting? In person?
They are always in, they are always in support. There has never been a situation where I have not found support from the industry.
Okay.
So so I'm perfectly happy with what's happening as far as my industry is concerned.
So Deepto, you know, it's ironical that just not so long ago, this movie Pathan was under a lot of criticism and controversy. Some groups wanted it banned or censored, etc. And in Bengal, none other than one of the biggest superstars of the Bollywood industry, Amitabh Bachchan, had stood up and spoken about, you know, creative freedom being curbed. And that's the larger message that, you know, we thought that was being given from the state of Bengal. And today, Bengal's become the first one to block your movie.
Ma'am, I find it very hypocritic, very, very hypocritic. Because if you did not see the film yet, if you did not see the film, how could you comment on the film? You have no right to talk about the film unless you have seen. We are not politicians. We are the filmmakers. Our language is cinema. So to discuss, to talk about cinema is you watch the film. That is the first precondition. A. B. Mahua Maitraji was the front runner when the BBC documentary issue was been gripping the country. They advocated for free speech. They advocated for rights, free soul. Same thing happened for the case of Padmavat. When Indian government was banning Padmavat, Mamata Banerjee Didi stood by that. And it is she single-handedly made this thing clear. So a state which is champion of human rights, champion of free speech, without watching a film can ban. Do you think it is a very sane, intelligent decision? Okay. Unless there is a politics and which we don't, neither I understand nor Vipulji understand.
No, but do you seriously be, no, one second. Are you seriously saying you don't really know why they banned it? Because a lot of people are being able to see through it. It upsets a certain section. Yes, Vipul. It upsets a certain section.
Let me answer this question. We cannot understand why this film has been banned, because we've made a film on an issue of our daughters, girls of our country, and we are exposing a terror network in the film. So we believed when we made the film that we will be hailed for having the courage to expose a terror network. We can't understand why a government would go against our own daughters and ban the film. And being a lady herself, both of them, why would they do it? So it's something that baffles us. And honestly, we can't understand why this would happen.
No, but Vipul, you're not saying what, let me say this, and Sudeepto can also come in. The reason people say this is being banned is because of Muslim appeasement. That instead of standing with daughters of India, people would rather be seen as standing with terror groups that this movie exposes purely for Muslim appeasement. Sudeepto, is that
then
wrong?
I must say,
yes, Vipul.
I must say that they have read Muslims very wrong. We are not politicians and we don't have the understanding as deep as they have. But I don't think that Muslims of this country themselves stand with these terror groups. So that, I think, is a miscalculation on their part, if that is what they have done. I believe that Muslims want the terror groups to be exposed, and the Muslims of this country want them to be put behind bars. And that's a very, very firm belief that we all have.
Sudeepto, you want to add a final comment?
Yeah, that is the final comment. Is I just want to give one example. I have hundreds of examples to tell you in favor of what Vipulji just said. One example, one girl who was abusing me, calling names for 10 days since our trailer was out. On the third day of the release, she wrote me a message which is there in the public domain. If you want, I can bring it that. She said, I am really sorry that I abused, I understood wrong. I saw the film, I liked the film, and every Indian who loved the country should watch this film. And it is written by a 21 years old Muslim girl. So, and today I saw at least 10 different videos where Muslim girls are giving their testimony.
Okay.
And I am listening to so many stories that it's no point of discussing. And as if Didi wants to play a politics, she should not play this politics here, because Muslims are wholeheartedly supporting this film.
I'll leave it on that note. All the very best for your hearing coming up on Wednesday. Let's see which way the Supreme Court goes. Thank you for your time, Vipul Shah and Sudeepta Sen. We also leave you with a very special report. This is coming in from Jammu and Kashmir. Ahead of the G20 meet, the capital is getting a makeover under the Srinagar Smart City project. The Polo View market has been revamped. My colleague Ishan Vani is getting you this report. Thanks a lot for watching.
Ahead of the G20 meeting, the capital of Jammu and Kashmir is getting a makeover. The Srinagar Smart City project has breathed new life into the Polo View market. The uptown locality of Srinagar has been beautifully converted into a high-end pedestrian market, giving it a complete makeover.
The place where I'm standing right now has been transformed into a modern pedestrian street, giving it a modern look and touch. This street is generally famous among locals as well as tourists. This used to be a road which has now been given a transformated, where you will see the stonework, traditional stonework from Kashmir has been done. Also, what is being ensured is a modern touch. These chinar trees have been covered with these lightings which will bring people out during the evening time.
Renowned for its exquisite handcrafts and handloom products, the local market has witnessed spectacular change.
हम दुकानदार जो भी हैं हम इसके बहुत खुश हैं क्योंकि मोटरवे जो बंद हो गया उसकी वजह से कस्टमर्स आराम से शॉपिंग करेंगे कोई डिस्टर्ब नहीं रहेगा.
Well, yes, we are very hopeful and we are expecting loads of people to come in because the kind of design that they have done, the remodeling that they have done, it seems that loads of people should come.
यहाँ सब कुछ खूबसूरत लग रहे हैं, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. यहाँ तो मुझे लग रहा है खूबसूरती है, इसको पहले ही खूबसूरती चिनार विनार थे, अब उन्हें ज़्यादा खूबसूरत बना है. काम रहना चाहिए, दुकानदार काम करना चाहिए.
During the inauguration of the newly renovated Polo View market, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha expressed center vision for the city.
एक शुरुआत है आने वाले दिनों में एमएर रेजिडेंसी रोड, लाल चौक और पुराने शहर में भी कई ऐसे मार्केट स्मार्ट सिटी बनाने जा रही है.
Srinagar, known as the Land of Lakes, has been selected by the Centre for Development under the Smart Cities initiative. This ambitious project aims to enhance infrastructure, services and the overall quality of life for the citizens. India is hosting the G20 summit and some meetings are to be held in Srinagar from May 22 to May 24. This historic occasion marks the first time in the past 70 years that Jammu and Kashmir will be hosting an international event of such magnitude. It is a significant effort by the central government to showcase the new and revitalized Naya Kashmir on the global stage.
Around and tell them that this validates and vindicates his position that there is a corrupt system out there represented by the civilian government and maybe even elements within the army, and he's the guy who's trying to fix the system, and now the system is fixing him. So in a sense, the events of the last couple of days, politically speaking, when he is finally fully released, doesn't this vindicate his position?
Actually, the case in which Imran Khan has been arrested, the case is very strong as far as my understanding is concerned. And Imran Khan was asked by the National Accountability Bureau to join the investigation, but he was reluctant to join the investigation. And they sent him many requests that he and his wife, Bushra Bibi, they should join the investigation, but they never joined the investigation. Today, Imran Khan told the Supreme Court that I responded National Accountability Bureau through my lawyer.
Okay.
But that is not the case. I think that there are some other cases also in which Imran Khan was asked to join the investigation, and he never joined the investigation. So it's good that the Supreme Court have provided an opportunity to Imran Khan that now the NAB can contact him tomorrow in the premises of the Islamabad High Court. Then he will come out and they can, talk to NAB through his lawyers. But I think that Imran Khan may be arrested in some other case in coming few days.
So in the interim, what we saw in the last 2 days, unprecedented scenes, PTI supporters attacking army installations. I can't remember the last time such a thing happened, that army establishments were attacked. What do these events mean for this delicate sort of face-off that's been going on between Imran Khan and, of course, the civilian government on the one side, but more importantly, Imran Khan and the army?
But this is the first time that Imran Khan was arrested and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaaf attacked not only Corps Commander House in Lahore, but they tried to enter in GHQ, and today they tried to enter in the Corps Commander House in Multan. And they are also attacking the offices of the paramilitary troops in different cities of Pakistan. You see, why they are doing this? Because this is not a political party. Actually, their reaction is not political. This reaction is non-political. This reaction is not the reaction of PTI, which is a political party. This reaction is the reaction of TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. And today, one commander of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, he issued a statement, and he is saying that we are also supporting PTI. So this is not a response of a political party. This is the response of a fan club, which is very angry over the arrest of their leader.
All right, so that's a big statement that you're making, that this is not just the response of PTI workers, but possibly also response of the TTP. Of course, Imran Khan has been accused of being hand in glove with the Islamist elements there. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Ahmed Mir, for joining us. I'm joined by a very senior journalist from Pakistan, one of the most recognized, one of the most credible journalists in Pakistan. Ahmed Mir of GeoTV is now joining us. Mr. Mir, thank you very much. What do you make of today's developments? The Pakistan Supreme Court saying categorically that Imran Khan's arrest was illegal, he should be released forthwith, and that no one should be arrested from the premises of a high court or a lower court. Basically, the Supreme Court of Pakistan saying wrapping on the knuckles the federal government and the National Accountability Bureau. Make sense of this for us, both legally and politically.
Yes, actually, the day Imran Khan was arrested, the same day, not only myself, but many other people, including some legal experts and constitutional experts, they were of the view that the arrest of Imran Khan inside the premises of the Islamabad High Court was against the law, because he came to Islamabad High Court and he was preparing to file an application in the court, and for that purpose he was called in the record room for the biometrics, because in Islamabad High Court you cannot file a petition without biometrics. So he was a part of the legal process which was going on inside the premises of the court. So that's why the Supreme Court of Pakistan today declared that his arrest was not legal, but they ordered to release him. And Imran Khan requested the Supreme Court that he wanted to go to his home in Islamabad, which is situated in Bani Gala. But Supreme Court said that no, you cannot go to your home. You will be the guest of the Supreme Court. And he asked the
कांग्रेस पार्टी को कम से कम 150 सीटें दिलवानी है। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर 150 सीटें नहीं आई, ये फिर से चोरी करने की कोशिश करेंगे।
Namaste, Jai Hind, and it's Result Day live, ladies and gentlemen. And here on the CNN News 18 network, we have to tell you that this is the place you have to be. No one has covered the Karnataka elections like we have, on ground. And we will get you those people who have traveled the length and breadth of Karnataka over 60 long days to get you the pulse of the people of Karnataka. What was Karnataka thinking going through the various ups and downs, ebbs and